How can you personalize your messaging to physicians for greater prescription intent? What are people saying about your brand? How can you make your marketing efforts more precise and effective? These and many more questions are answered on this podcast, which is here to serve as a playbook for all your pharma marketing needs. As your host, Soumya Prakash, co founder of Multiplier AI Solutions, sits across pharma industry's top experts. This is your place to get all the insights about Gen AI, data, and beyond.
So, welcome to another exciting episode of Pharma Marketing Playbook Data, Gen AI, and Beyond, your go to podcast for mastering pharmaceutical marketing, data analytics, and AI trends. Join industry leaders as we explore cutting edge strategies, the role of emerging technology, and how data driven insights are revolutionizing the pharma landscape. Tune in for actionable insights to stay ahead in the fast evolving world of pharma. I'm Soumya Prakash, co founder at Multiplied AI, and your host today. We have a very special guest joining us, Dr. P.K. Rajput. We are honored to welcome Professor Dr. Pramod Kumar Rajput. With over 42 years of experience in the pharmaceutical and healthcare industry, Dr. Rajput is a visionary, leader, mentor, corporate trainer, international speaker, and the list goes on. His illustrious career spans senior roles at Cadila Pharmaceuticals, where he led divisions in oncology, cardiology, and more. In fact, earning him the recognition as the Rajput of Kerala. Dr. Rajput's passion for education and leadership have made him a driving force in bridging the gap between industry and academia. A recipient of numerous accolades, he holds 14 honorary doctorates and is actively involved in nurturing the next generation of industry leaders. As a global ambassador for peace and mental health, his influence extends beyond business, touching humanitarian causes across the world. He is also a prolific author with works that inspire transformational leadership, and his books have garnered international acclaim. In today's episode, we will explore his insights on leadership in the pharma industry, his journey from a medical representative to senior vice president, and his vision for the future of pharma marketing. We are excited to dive deep into his experience and wisdom. So, once again, with a warm welcome, Dr. Rajput, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Soumya ma'am. It is my honor and pleasure to be a part of your show. And thank you for inviting me because it is keeps on learning, sharing is the way that is going on. So very happy that you are making lot of difference. You are inculcating the latest thing which is basically required in the pharmaceutical industry, that too with the blend of AI.
The privilege and honor is truly ours, sir. So, to start with, Dr. Rajput, you have had an incredible journey starting as a field officer at Cadila and rising to the position of senior vice president. Can you share some of the key moments that shaped your career in pharmaceutical sales and marketing, especially as the industry began embracing data and technology?
Fantastic. Very nice question. You have made me a nostalgic. So I am thinking myself a 19 years young boy, right, coming out from BSc after doing my graduation. And also, let me share, I was a college dropout, engineering college dropout. Because 45 days I was in engineering college and then I left because my destination was not there. Probably my destination was pharmaceutical industry. So that's why I've chosen, right. And I have never learned during till BSc biology, anatomy and all, but after choosing it I started learning it. So when you touch this very important point, I like to highlight it here. It's the five things which I always say: attitude for building something, for coming up something; aptitude, which is very very important; adopting the things, adaptability; agility, to be more agile; and accessibility. So how to access the thing? These were the basic factors were there, and this is not for a 19 years young boy. It is there till the life we live in this beautiful world, which is very important because these things always make us agile to make the things happen. Then learning from my seniors, my peer group, understanding the product knowledge because I'm talking about the initial start of the thing which is there. then listening to them, listening to my peer people, their customers, team members, handling, empowering them. These were the journeys, steps were there which has been taken very well. Now, when you talk about the change that happened, the data was already there. Earlier, we used to just calculate with our mind, because at that time calculators had not come when we joined 1982. We were not having calculator, frankly speaking. Then the calculator has come. Then we started working on the Excel sheet. All these things have started happening, and in the pharma industry they adopted, in 1980 they adopted the computer, but basically from 1990 onwards we all have become more tuned to the computers, and there we used to work on the Excel sheet, PPT and all, because these things were available there, right? Then after that, what had happened, the period of time from last 15 years of the time, the new things has come. The churning of the data had come. We adopted the Fizzy. Fizzy is the basic thing where we are able to find out the entire brand moment, the coverage, the area wise gaps and opportunity which is basically required. So these things were there already, and then we started churning the things and we started informing. But the people were involved. Lot of time was going there, and because unnecessary the wastage of the time of the brand manager, sales manager, these things were happening. Simultaneously, the COVID has come. So when we say the COVID has come, it is like a blessings in the disguise. We all adopted Zoom, we all adopted StreamYard, we all adopted so many other platforms, but we started understanding the basic strength of these digitalization, which is very important. So after understanding this thing, the complete transformation has come. Agility and adaptability has also been taken by the pharma companies very well, and at the same time the patient centric approach has come, because earlier we were completely taking care for the doctor side, what doctors want, what the campaigns are there. But the change had happened because the COVID has started making the thing that what patient wants to choose, where he wants to choose, where she wants to choose about it. The patient centric approach has come. This trend has not only enhanced the patient engagement but also started setting new benchmark in the industry. E-pharmacies had come. They started giving the data to us. So we are able to understand that how the things are moving, how my brands are moving, why you are not able to do the sale which is required, why my marketing strategies are not working in that. These things were there which is making a difference. And at the same time, some new things had come. I like to highlight it here that the brand website started coming up. We started making the brand website. Somebody wants to go there. Earlier it was a company website. Now it has been changed to the brand website. Portfolio management was there. This is another thing. Then e-detailing has started coming. We used to send small snips to the people that how to detail, what has to be has to be detailed. Then marketing emails started. Bulk marketing emails were there at that time, because I'm talking post COVID, people were just sending it. But then we saw that no, bulk is not going to make, because the same thing cannot be taken care. It has to be a customized one. Then webinars started happening, because with webinars we are able to inculcate the new things, and social media marketing, online advertisement. Then at the same time, from last 7 years, some companies started promoting the brand through the gamification, right? So putting the things. So these are the complete changes which are happening there, which is making a complete difference in that. So these things have been adopted, and not many things are coming now. Companies have started adopting it, and the change is coming, which is going to increase the efficacy and effectivity. At the same time, the brand manager or the people, they are getting the time to further think ahead, which is the real requirement.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing your vast experience. I think, drawing back from your experience, especially in the international markets, what do you believe that when you look back are the most critical skills for sales and marketing professionals, and how would it be still relevant today? So this is important because I think the integration of AI and data analytics in everyday strategies has become such an important part of the core today. So, how do you see the shift, and how important do you see that for sales and marketing it is today? Integration of AI and data analytics.
Fantastic question. I think this is a very good question. I must appreciate that, because international market is a different ball game. It is not that Indian market you have the product and within 15 days the product will reach to the end person to the in the country, right? It takes 3 months to 6 months of the time, because it basically depend on the shipment. I was taking care for 27 countries, African countries, and at the same time my distributor, one of the distributor was based at Paris, right? Apart from taking care of the domestic market, it was based at Paris. So, especially in the French West African market, people are more towards the AI part, more toward the data part. But when we talk about the non-developed countries, sorry to say this word, but it is true also, the African countries, right? They want to become, they are coming toward that side. They are still not developed. The understanding of the trend in the market was different. It is not, it was 20, 30 years back when in the Indian company we used to understand that so much of the gap is there in the African countries market. So hospitals are taking care, hospital to doctors, and again doctors to the retailers and to the dealer. It is not in India that every fifth shop is a retail shop. No, it is not like that. Every 3 kilometers you will find a retail shop. Then totally hospital-driven marketing is there in that way. Then the second part is the people they have. We have to have that empathy, listening, and communication. These skills are very important. See, in India, we take it granted sometimes, but in the international market, whatever we are choosing, whatever we are speaking, either to our internal customer or external customer, it has to be very clear because we don't know you are in the different countries, how they are going to take you. And at the same time, you have to establish your brand, you have to establish the sale, you have to establish that identity, which is very important. So these skills are again very important. Now coming to the question, data analytics. Data analytics are there because there is a 6 months time is there. With the data analytics, we can prepare the long-term strategy, the campaign needs, because we can see the flow of the product, how the brand is moving, how the which are the acceptance are there. 6 months advance we can prepare it because it takes 6 months time for the shipment as well. When you send to the France, it is to the shipping part. When you send the same thing to the African countries, it takes 3 months of the time. So we have that leverage of preparing the thing which is required. So normally we start preparing the study 6 months in advance, and AI is helping us for the analyzing the things, how my strategy is giving the result, what strategy has to be taken after 6 months of the time, and how companies are keeping or how we were keeping the eye on development, what are the new development are required, so that we should not be dipping in the toes our toes in the complete water and doing a small project based on the particular brand or particular group, because you cannot promote all the brand, you cannot have the product, you have to have government regulations. So these things are very important. Today suppose Swami ma'am, in GI segment we have 25, 30 drugs any company can launch, but in the GI segment, suppose I want to launch international market, I have to get the clearance from the regulatory. It may be only two drugs or three drugs. It takes 1 year of the time to 2 years of the time to get the clearance. By the time we get the clearance, because I was invited by CII and Government of India, frankly speaking, to talk with the African countries, ambassadors, prime ministers, and all. It was 2 years before. I said that there has to be a minimum 6 months time when you get the clearance for the regulatory affair. By the time you get the clearance, the drug already becomes obsolete. 3 years old, 4 years old, the new drug is coming up. So the changes are happening, which is very important. So this is the way that I like to see that there the movement is little slow, adoption is little slow, but here while operating from the Indian market, we have to see that how we are able to embrace this thing with the market which is really required.
True, I think, yeah. I mean, it's very well crafted contrast in how we have to operate in international markets, particularly the regulatory environment and understanding the role of clear communication and how tech can actually, enable that in the framework. Would you also like to share some instances of personalized and effective engagement strategies that you have seen in for AI healthcare professionals?
So I think before to it, I like to talk about the need and how to establish the clear marketing goals, which will give the reply of this. This is a precursor I'm just telling to you, right? The first is the product launches, because we have to launch the product. So empowering the reps with the digital sales empowerment tools, which is going to help to maximize the SCP interest in the new product and treatment option. So that is for the product launches, empowering the sales with the digital requirement. Second thing is the requirement is about the need is life cycle management. How we are able to ensure this part. So digital strategy and the channels which can maintain the SCP support for my product for the long term. Third is patient education, because it is going to enable the patient to get the most from the treatment and support for the caregivers, which is clearly and easily available information. then our medical rep and the first line empowerment. It is very important. Unless until we will not empower the foot soldiers and the first line manager who are the custodian, will not be able to make the things happen. Customer experience, which I already spoke to you. In the conferences, again, improving the ROI on the medical conferences with the digital communication, which is going to increase the SCP engagement before and after the event. Pre-launch strategy, key account management. These are the things are there. These are the needs are there. Now the answer is integration of AI and predictive data analytics, which you asked about it. So with this, we can identify the potential opportunities and challenges. That's why the pharma company, the marketers, they can adjust the strategies accordingly. Enhancing the campaign efficacy through the data insight which are there, tailoring the content for maximizing engagement, navigating the challenges which are going to come or the current challenges, and embracing the opportunity. Because when we talk about the challenges, it comes with the opportunity. Influencer
True.
marketing in the pharma, which is a requirement, and now there's a new changes happening there. The uses of virtual reality, augmented reality, which is the required, and at the same time, the telehealth, which is the need of the hour. So telehealth is going to take care for the remote part, which will be able to help lot many patients in the various ways. So I think this is the right answer: need and the solution, and what the things that digitalization is helping us making the things which is very important.
Wonderful. And I think, as you clearly put it, that, India has emerged as the pharmaceutical capital, like, going forward as the pharmacy of the world. And I think COVID was one moment which kind of really established this, that, what India contributes in terms of the pharma. For Indian pharma, how has the journey been? And in terms of particularly the global reach and international marketing strategies, for the benefit of our viewers and listeners who come from brand marketing backgrounds and trying to get into international markets, if you could throw a perspective how India pharma marketing has also evolved and how they have been adopting AI, particularly in the recent times.
Okay, so here I will like to add that how they are adopting. Very good question. There is a McKinsey report is there, right? And it is latest report. I'm sure you would have gone through it because you are a part of AI. Implementing AI in pharma is going to reduce the content creation cost by 30 to 50% cost. But initially you have to put the money in that. And the long term it is 30 to 50%. Point number one. Point number two is that uses of SFA, Salesforce automation, and its uses can increase the efficiency, the productivity by 40 to 50%. Because 40 to 50%, because when we talk about 10%
Phenomenal.
growth, no, with this SFA, we can talk about 40% growth because lot many work is being done by SFA. The predictive analysis is being done by SFA. The data analytics can be done by SFA, which is the real need of the hour. Then, with the help of the Salesforce automation, AI can benefit all aspects of the customer. The team roles, skills training, planning, and content delivery. It can also help the brand manager, brand management part. Customized messages there. Content creation. You put the things immediately, the content will come to you. Within 1 minute of the time, the users of this AI, artificial intelligence, you get the right content. Chat GPT. I always say, start embracing it, the chat gpt, because you will get the right thing immediately, but use your wisdom, what is required, what has not to be required, which is very important. Then at the same time, AI directly improve the level of service as AI can predict the right next text message. Suppose I am sending a text to you, right? And then what is the next text I require? So you can give a series of text. The 10 text will be given. So I'm sending to Swamya ma'am. So today this is one text, tomorrow this is one, third day this is like that. So in that way it is going to help. So you should not be applying your unnecessary brain is scratching your head. What is the right one? Then AI can recommend a specific format which can match with the SCP's requirement because AI is able to provide, AI is able to give you the right picture which is required in the digital way of promotion. So the right picture, you should not go and the shuttlecock find it out what is the right picture, wasting your time and all. Everything is available only on the click. So in turn, the brand manager will be having the ample time. The work which you used to do in 3 days of the time, 2 days of the time, with the help of AI, he will be able to finish in 3 hours of the time. And after finishing 3 hours, 2 hours, finalize the thing what is the right requirement, and you can make a difference. So I can say that you have to define a project, create a right communication, identifying and engaging the right champions, which are the champions are there, mapping internal external stakeholders, what are the things are required, their capabilities, high quality and engaging content which has to be adopted, and also the better customer engagement. These are the things are there which AI can make a difference, man.
Wonderful. Thanks once again for sharing your perspective. You have a unique experience where you have been in corporate leadership and you have also led and guided academia in your academic role. So, one question to you would be, how do you think AI can be integrated into pharmaceutical education going forward to prepare our future students and to also help them, in being more productive as a workforce going forward in the future? What's the key takeaway you hope students can gain from your lectures also, on sales and marketing? If you could just share some perspective.
Okay, again a fabulous question. See, I always say that AI will not replace you, but a person using AI will. I repeat my sentence. AI will not replace me, you, but a person who using AI will. And there is a lot of availability of the job factor is there. Either you are a job provider or either you are a job seeker. We have to embrace that part. So it is strongly recommended that the pharmacists or the pharma people, where are we going? They must require the relevant hard skills. Now it is soft skills is required to work, but this is AI is the hard skill which is basically required, and it is going to promote the AI complete augmentation. So the key takeaways I like to hear put it here: understanding the marketing processes, which is the way it is there, aligning between sales and the marketing, sophistication in the selling technique which is really required, the value creation which a farmer student has to do or the people have to do, understanding the consumer behavior analysis, digital marketing trend, which are the various trends are available there. It is not only one, there are multiple trends are available there. So you have to understand what are the things are going on, because one size never fits all. And data driven decision making, today we require a lot of statistical data. Not many data is available. How to churn out what has to be taken care, it has to be given in the different domain. Networking, and that too a dignified networking, not a common networking, not a Facebook networking, not a Insta networking, a dignified networking where you learn from the people who are in the helm of the affairs, and relationship building, ethical consideration, practical applications, personal branding, communication skills. These are the things are there which is very, very important. And I always say data science courses in the pharmacy or other places should be focusing on the AI topics, should be made available for all the students seeking more hands on the involvement in AI development, the governance and its use. Because these technologies, they are evolving, they are changing. And I remember the word of Mr. Brian Tracy. 40 years back, he wrote that every 5 years the things are getting changed. What we use, how we do, and now it is at 3 years. You can see that our cars has been changed, our communication has been changed, our handling has been changed. So every 3 years the things are getting changed. We have to adopt it, otherwise we all will become obsolete. That's why I keep on telling from the student to the young leaders that start adopting, embracing the change, start learning what we have learned yesterday. It will give you the result of yesterday, not the today's and tomorrow's.
True, I think change is the only constant, as they say. And today in the AI world, we have no real respite but to really embrace AI. So you have also been recognized with numerous awards, including the Man of Excellence Award and the Global Mental Health Leader Award. How have these honors reflected in your commitment not only to pharma marketing, but also on the broader impact, especially on the mental health for the leaders in the industry? If you'd like to share something.
Thank you. Actually, awards gives more responsibility, right? So when you have been recognized in front of multiple people, multiple forums by the dignitaries, right, on the stage, it gives you a lot of responsibility. not only for taking the award, but ensuring that whatever the work has been done, it has to be further spread across. So these recognitions are not merely trophies on a shelf, which is there. They represent a deep commitment to driving the positive change in the pharma sector and also in the mental health landscape. Because today, post COVID, people are suffering with mental health. People are suffering with lot of stress, right? And yesterday, I'm sure you would have heard the news that one of the very young lady, she died on the spot working with the SDFC Bank. It was a yesterday news. Before also somebody has died because the mental pressure was there. 18 hours mental pressure. So that is the requirement. And today most of the companies I'm talking about, they are doing, they want to squeeze because they give money to you, right? And they want to take the ROI of that money. So that's why the stress is there. You are not able to abound with the family. So the recognition, the various awards which I am receiving it or will be receiving with the grace of God, with your great wishes, it always symbolizes my unwavering commitment to elevate the mental health as a constant reminder that my work has a immense potential to create meaningful change, not just in the marketing, but the lives of the individual grappling with the mental health challenges. So wherever I meet the people, I say accept it with a smile. Otherwise, you have to accept it. You have to accept it with lot of stress because you are there in that system. So if you accept it with a smile, you will be able to embrace that thing, which is very important. Otherwise, you have to quit, and quit is not the solution for this. I remain always dedicated to using these honors, believe you me, as a catalyst, which I said is a responsibility for continuing the advocacy, the collaboration, and the innovation in the pursuit for the better mental health outcomes for all. This is my takeaway, which I like to put it here on your question.
I think, yeah, very important, specifically, in the corporate sector today, so many deadlines and pressures and everything. It's very important that somewhere we lose track of our own selves and how much mental health is also important. Because if once we are feeling all right, only then we can contribute. So I think very valid. We have to pay attention to these
Soumya ma'am,
aspects.
with your due permission, I like to add one thing. During the time of the COVID, when I was taking care of the domestic market, I was a vertical head for multiple divisions. 38 months, my entire division, they had achieved the target month on the month. And it is a record in the pharma industry that not one division, the five divisions have achieved the target. It was with the emotional connect, and it's very important because people, they were suffering with the COVID, their family were there. We had a connect with the family. We used to have the Zoom meeting. We said that we are there for your support. Don't worry about it. And the people, they have taken the responsibility. However, we'll be surpassing the target. We have supported our brand managers to come up with the best strategy. So I always say the mental support, the embracement of the things, the right communication, helping the people. After all, it's a human to human connect. Whatever the things are there. And a person always works for the person. AI are the tools which are going to help in the right way. But unless and until you will not have that empathy part, right? How you will be able to put a smile on the person's face? The person should feel that next day when in the morning he or she is coming to the office, let us do some good job. When she goes back or he goes back, right? He should feel, oh my God, I really did the job very well. That should be there. The sleep should be good instead of taking a pills to have a sleep. That the headache was there full day, right? So let me take a pill, and that is my basic thinking, that the job should be with the happiness. The job should will be full of that dignity. That yes, you have added that thing, and that was I have learned and I have experienced, and I keep on giving it to the others as well.
True, very true. Thank you so much for sharing that. So given your experience, of course, there are a lot of opportunities and also challenges for Indian pharma companies. But what would you suggest should be the focus areas for pharma companies to be able to expand globally and also leverage our powerhouse of AI and analytics talent that we have in India? How can they leverage these things?
Good, nice question. So first is the challenges and second is the opportunities. Correct. So first of all, I'll talk about the challenges. So Indian pharma company, which I have learned, right, this is my personal opinion, right, need to comply with the international regulations and their quality standard, which is the point number one. Today in the Times of India newspaper, I was reading, it was mentioned that the 50 drugs have become substandard. And one of the medicine injectable of one of the leading pharma company has become the substandard, sildenafil injection. This is one of the example. So that is very important that whatever the drug which you are producing it should not be filled as per the US FDA standard. This is point number one. Second thing is you have to put a lot of effort in the finances as well, because these are the challenges are there. Somehow we putting the cost cutting part, which should not happen, and must meet the quality which I said about it for the foreign countries, because there has to be balance between innovation and compliance. And global supply chain is another challenge for the industry, which hamper the manufacturing and availability of medicines in India. That's why I said it takes 6 months of time to shipping when you want to send the medicine to the French countries or the different countries. More than 6 months to the US market. 3 months of the time to the African market. All these things are the challenges are there, which has to be taken care. Now, coming to the opportunity, we have a robust R&D infrastructure. We don't say that we don't have. It is there. We have the qualified people which are able to provide the things, but more funding needed in research and innovation. The brains are there. Why the brain should go to US? Why the brain should go to UK? The brain should be utilized here, because that's what that we need to talk. With the help of these research innovation, including biotechnology, Indian pharma industry can become a vital source of innovation and affordable medicines for the entire world. AI, you asked about it. It can bring the significant growth in drug discovery and development. And you know, ma'am, I was just reading in Hong Kong, there is one company, Infiloin. They are able to find out one of the drug through the AI. Now it has gone on the phase 2 trial. No human increment was there. That is the biggest thing which had happened. A drug which will be coming, which has been taken care by the AI. Now it is in the phase 2 trial to the US. This is the change which is happening there. So AI can make a difference. Predictive analysis for the patient outcomes. Supply chain and operational optimization can happen. Regulatory compliance can happen. Quality assurance, customer engagement and experience. Post marketing surveillance, we talk about it, it can take care. Pharmacovigilance, drug repurposing, and exploration for the existing drugs. How you can build for the further way the new therapeutic applications can be used by the same drug. Sildenafil is one of the finest example. It was used in the that part of hypertension. I'm just missing that term, but it was used in basically, but it was used in the ED part. So this is the way how extension of the drug can help in different ways. So AI can be taken care in the multiple ways in the segment which is required. Believe you me, we are in just starting, which are the tips of the iceberg. What I have read, and this I'm not saying it, what I have read by the McKinsey, by the multiple sources, that by listening the podcast of Mr. Sundar Pichai, Satyan Nadella sir, right, all these people which are talking about the AI part, Sam Elton, they're talking much on the healthcare part. They are working. I am a part of this Randy Zuckerberg, which is a sister of Mr. Zuckerberg. I'm a part of that group also. When she is working a lot on the healthcare segment on the AI. So I can understand that what I'm learning, I'm able to see a sea change in the coming time. And I'm very happy that today we are talking about the AI in pharma collaboration, which we have to adopt it, we have to embrace it, not thinking that what money is going. First, you put the money and you will find multiple advantage which is going to happen in the coming time.
Certainly. So, Dr. Rajput, on a personal note,
One more thing I'd like to add, since you have touched me very my heart. I like to say that now in 2024, the pharma industry is at the crossroad. It is not they are not adopting it. They are really shaping for ever evolving trends. Digital transformation is the heart of these changes, the heart. Redefining how companies connect with the audiences, which is required. Patient centricity is the soul, which is focusing on the personalized content and the experiences. Data, we used to say data is a oil, but now data is a crude oil. Not many data are there. So the data driven decision making empowering the companies to refine the strategy, right time, right place, with the right customer. Influencer marketing is again making lot of difference, which is building the trust segment because people they go on that and find it out. SEO, search engine optimization, is helping there. Regulatory landscape is essential, which is very important. So in this dynamic landscape, success lies in embracing these trends, opening your eyes, opening your heart, ensuring the meaningful connection and advancing the healthcare for all. Because if you do it, it makes a lot of difference in the coming time.
Wow, it's so phenomenal. Thank you so much for summing that up. So, sir, I think I'm sure the audience would want to know, personally from you, what motivates you to personally continue contributing both to the corporate and academic worlds. You've achieved so much in your, career spanning 40 plus years, and what next is in it for your journey, so that they can envision you as a role model, and they can look also at the pointers that you mentioned about how AI will play such a critical role in shaping the future of Indian pharma and international global markets.
Oh my God, you have touched another heart touching question. The great professional like Soumya Prakash, the great professional always motivate me, right? Because you inspire me, you motivate me that there's a lot of things to be learned ahead, right? And it has to be shared ahead, which is very important. So it's a profound commitment to driving the meaningful change and ensuring the innovation in the pharmaceutical industry, which is happening there. Coming to the in academia part, my basic motivation is to shape the next generation because they are my future. Because we talk about 2047, the surname Bharat. I was listening one of the message of our respected Prime Minister. He said that India, Bharat, our the generation is of that 20 years old. Average generation is 28 years old. You can understand in many developed countries the generation are 40, 50, 60. But since we are going to be a developed country, right? We are a developed country. This generation is going to rule the roost in the coming time. So by bridging the gap of academia and industry, today everywhere we talk about it, I always ensure and hope to equip the student with the skills which are required. Hard skills, that what we talk about the AI part, soft skills which are talk about the communication, empathy, trust building, all these things, because they have to navigate the complexity of the industry while instilling in them a sense of social responsibility. Because when I talk social responsibility, it is not for the academic part, it is for the nation, it is for their family, it is for their own growth. And coming to your next question, what you asked about it, my next journey, I am really excited about the various possibilities that are lying ahead. I can see plethora of the things which are there. I'm equally enthusiastic about the future and the opportunities which I can visualize. By learning from all of you, while being invited in the various podcasts, various interview sessions, that I can visualize that till the time I will be there in this beautiful world, there are a lot many new things are going to happen, and let us embrace this. I'm also committed to harnessing the technology, which includes the AI, because I don't want to become obsolete. And I don't inculcate this thing that anybody should not be inculcating AI, because it is going to drive the positive change in both in the corporate world and also in the academic realms. Because we always say together we can shape a more informed, compassionate, and an effective approach to the pharma marketing from a basic education level to the corporate level. So this is all I want to say on your wonderful platform with the wonderful people like you. You always inspire us.
Thank you so much, sir. It's been so generous of you to give your valuable time and insights, and you've been so open and candid in sharing all your personal insights. So, we thank you once again for your invaluable insights and experiences, and they have been shared with us today. Your expertise in pharma marketing, combined with your passion, I think, for innovation, mental health leadership, all has given us such a deeper understanding of how data driven strategies, particularly leadership, embracing AI, can drive significant business growth in the pharmaceutical world. To our listeners, we hope you found this episode of the Pharma Marketing Playbook, Data, Gen AI, and Beyond as enlightening as we did. The world of pharma is evolving rapidly, and as Dr. Rajput highlighted, integrating AI and analytics is crucial to staying ahead. These insights will help us navigate the complex landscape of marketing, strategy, and technology. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your network. For more updates and episodes, follow us on social media and visit our website. Thank you so much, Dr. Rajput. If you are interested in learning more about Dr. Rajput's work or the importance of mental health leadership, please be sure to check the resources in our show notes. Until next time, it's Soumya Prakash signing off. Stay innovative, stay informed, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in pharma marketing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you once again, Dr. Rajput.
Thank you for joining us in this episode. We hope that the deep insights and knowledge shared today will help your business and brand grow by leaps and bounds. Remember to follow the podcast. And if you wish to know more about Multiplier AI solutions, please visit the links given in show notes.